the fear that you entering into professional tournaments would knock your gambling? Because people would know that you.
By this time, everyone knew. I mean, you know, it didn't take long before a few trips I went by my middle name. Yeah, because there were magazines that, you know, you could see what's going on around the country.
Right.
You just might not get a picture or a video of it or whatever, so you start to hear names, you know. So, like, first time I went to California, I did that, actually. And, you know, it worked out nice. So.
What did you do? You just use a different name?
Well, it's a funny story, and I think he can laugh about it now. But you know, Marcus Schmat is right from Sweden. So there was a guy that was staking him, and a lot of other great players, and he was big action. The guy was, and I knew Marcus was out there, and so I'm in Hard Times. And I think I told you about this the other day with Keith. But the only two people in the Hard Times that knew me, all right, was Keith and Jose Perica. All right, so everyone else didn't know who I was. So Marcus Schmat is standing next to two other guys that I know play but won't play, kind of thing. So I go up and I ask those two guys, I was like, you know, when do y'all want to play some, you know, $50 or $100 sets of 9-ball, you know, knowing Marcus is going to just jump right on me. You know what I mean? Like, he's right next to him. So long story short, that happened. And but I introduced myself as Tyler, my middle name, you know, like I just did, you know. So we start playing. He beats me a set for 100, playing even. I quit. He offers me the 8. Beats me a set for 200. I quit. Now he offers me the 7. So now his stake horse starts coming over near me, because Marcus is just stealing this little 4 or 500. Ain't got nothing to do with a stake horse. You know what I mean? This is just like pocket money. So now his stake horse comes over, and he's kind of interested in the game. And he says he'll give you the 7, but you got to bet, you know, everything you got. Well, I got like 25 or 30,000 on me. You wouldn't know it, but I do, you know. So I can't pull out 25 or 30,000. They're going to know something's up. So me and my buddy, we talked for a second. So we end up pulling out like 4,500. So we play for a little bit, and we're playing 7 ahead. We were playing a race of 7 for the 100 and 200, right? So now he thinks he's stealing, because I mean the way I played in the other 2 sets, you know what I'm saying? So he just comes out like gangbusters. He got me like 4 games down. I'm talking to my buddy. I'm like, man, this is sick. We're gonna get beat in this spot right here. I'm getting the 7, you know. So finally I get a shot, and I start to run out. Now I'm starting to run out. And so his stake horse sits there, and he says, man, ain't this something? You know what I mean? He says, we thought we were stealing. It looks real bad now. So I beat him that set. So now at Hard Times, you've been there, right, in L.A.?
Yeah, Bellflower.
Yeah, so they got the player side, right, with the tight tables, and they got the looser tables. Well, he had me on the looser tables thinking, you know, I'm just a sucker, you know. So he says, the stake horse says, double the bet, and we'll give you the 8 on the tight tables, right? So this is like really good for me. You know, now I'm getting a spot on even a tougher table. So I beat him that set. But during that second set, a friend of mine had built me a cue and sent it out to the guy that ran the tournaments in L.A., right? So I'm going by Tyler, and this guy walks up, and he says, real loud, he says, are you Jeremy Jones?
Oh,
like that.
no.
He says, if you are, I got a cue for you, you know? And I was like, no, I ain't Jeremy, because I'm in the middle of this $9,000 set playing, you know? So I said, no, I ain't Jeremy Jones, you know, and I just sent him on his way. And then the next day when I came in, Mark knew who I was, and, you know, everyone spilled the beans kind of thing.
No.
You know? I had to go tell the guy, all right, that's my cue and everything. So,
Was he mad at you?
No, not at all. He understood. It's kind of like a funny story around there now, I think. But Marcus was mad at me for a little while.
Yeah, that's what I was asking.
Oh, yeah, because he was European, you know. And it was just kind of like, you know, if someone got me like that, you know, it's gonna sting, but it's gonna be more like, all right, touche kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? Later on, you know, we're gonna laugh about it and stuff. But it's almost like if you first beat Efren, he walks by you, he's gonna say this to you for about a month or 2.
Really?
Oh yeah, he's gotta let that wear off. It took Marcus probably about a decade before. It was bad. Yeah.
So when he beat you the first 2 sets even, were you hustling a little?
Well, I might not have put forth my best effort, but he played real good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was just, all right, let me pick up this 400 or 500, get out of here.
Were you purposely trying to set something up?
Well, I I'm definitely not trying to win for 200. You know what I mean? Like his steak horse, who now is actually, after that trip, became a real good friend of mine. And, at that time, he was known that you could beat him out of 40 and 50, 1,000, right? So you're not going to start off doing anything like that for 200 or so.
So when you first start playing, you play good, but you're not really bearing down.
Right.
So you're showing them that you can play a little, but you might miss some shots that...
Plus, I wanted to see him play.
Right.
I heard the name, kind of wanted to really see, because eventually to beat him out of the real money is going to be playing even.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because he's another great player. So that eventually was going to happen, but Marcus ended up having to leave the country for his visa got shortened up or something like that. He actually ended up leaving the next day. But I stuck around for about a month. In
these other countries, is there a lot of gambling going on? Obviously in the Philippines there is. But is there a lot of gambling going on in these other countries where all these players are emerging? Some
of Asia, for sure. Southeast Asia especially, I think. Thailand, like you said, Philippines, Indonesia. Europe here and there, not a whole lot. Not a whole lot at all. And I think it's more of the stake horse kind of situation. It's just not the mentality. There's not a stake horse. People aren't just thinking, oh, let me go put somebody else in action for thousands of dollars and give them half. It's just not your everyday thing.
One of the fun parts of American pool culture, the stake horses.
Oh, absolutely. They're some of the biggest characters.
Yes, wild, crazy people with tons of money.
Yeah, and how they got it.
Yeah. Yeah, and they're interested in gambling on pool.
Yeah, I've been paid in buried money quite a few times.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yeah, it stinks. It stinks, usually.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Not nice.
Wow.
The whole car stunk. Yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah, real bad.
Do you think there's like bodies next to the money?
I don't think so.
Why did it smell? Just mildew and shit?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I'm talking about, I think this has been there a long time, 30 years. Yeah. There was a guy one time we were in South Carolina. It was another place that I frequented in the summers, especially because we gambled at golf. But this guy, Frank, and he was a great, great guy. And he was coming in overalls, didn't know he had a penny, but he staked a lot of players, and he did a lot for the pool community. So he comes in one morning because we'd all meet at the pool room about 10 a.m. and we'd all make a golf game. Then we go out to the golf course, gamble golf, come back to the pool room and make pool games, right? It was awesome. I mean, the whole summer was like this. So this Frank comes in one morning, and he looked real upset. And he never looked upset. Always happy. Even if he lost, he was happy. And so I said, Frank, what's wrong? You okay? I come out my back door and I saw one of my bushes dug up today. So one of his sons that was a little detached at times from the family for one reason or another, he let it stay there, and he said he knew it right. It was a $30,000 bush. Yeah. And so he took it like a grain of salt. He was more disappointed. It was kind of like a disappointed father kind of thing, more than upset. He had plenty of money,
Yeah.
So, but it's amazing what people do with their money. I can't tell you maybe the craziest. I'll tell you later on the craziest ones on there. But let's see. So one time I was at a tournament in Mississippi, and to get on with this, I won the tournament. Tough tournament. Johnny Archer, all the great players, and his bar table. So I won like $8,000. So by the time I won the tournament, I think I was about 25,000 losers in the casino. Okay, like terrible trip. I mean, I wasn't even trying. You remember Tony Ellen?
Yes.
So he was 20 minutes late to get a steak dinner at the Horseshoe. It cost me about $12,000. I went down there and said, let me just pitch 300, and they just pounded me, right? So I got the tournament money after winning. It was $8,000. Went straight to the cage and cashed it. Went straight to the blackjack. Yeah, I had it about 10 minutes, so the $8,000 was gone. And so this guy that was playing there, his name was Frank Seals, and he was a legendary stake horse. And he used to stake CJ when he was a kid and a lot of players throughout the years. And he said, hey, if you're ever bored, you want to come up to Morristown, Tennessee, I got a kid, I'll let you play if you still want to play, I like the way you gamble is what he said. He watched me play blackjack, blow all my money, right? Yeah. So, yeah. So, I told him, messing with him. I said, you ain't dealing with me no blackjack up there if I go up there. So anyways, I go up there. So he's got this guy, Mark Owens was his name, good player. and real high gear. Maybe not the most steady player, but real high gear. So we're playing. We start off playing races to 9 or 10 or something for 1,000. So long story short, I got him 10,000 loser. Okay, and it's because we raised it and whatnot. And so now the whole town. This is a small town. Okay, just up in the northeast corner of Tennessee. So the whole town starts coming in, and this is their hero. So my buddy starts taking bets on the side, you know. So now I got him 10,000 loser, and he says, we want to play a set for 10,000. This is what Frank says, the stake horse. He says, but we need to call 8. You know what the call 8 is, of course, right? So I said, okay, yeah. So we're going to race to 15. So we're betting about 10,000 on the side. Okay, so we're playing a set for like 20. All right, because my buddy's got a list of bets this long with all the town people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's 9-8 me. Instead of playing safe on the 8, I try to jack up off the end rail and stab it in and draw my ball. You know what I mean? Right. And I bobble it. He makes it. He breaks and runs 5 racks. He's up 14-9. So now he breaks, going to 15. And the 4-9 is wired over the spot. He makes an incredible shot on the 1. He's got the 3 down the rail, and he's just got a cupcake on the 4-9. So I turned my buddy, and I said, man, we ain't got but like 8,000 left, you know, because we were winner. We start off 1,000 a set. I said, we can't lower the bet. You can't do that. Then they know you're short. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I'm like, what are we going to do? You know, we'll get more money tomorrow, or whatever, right? So the pool table's here, right? He's shooting to this corner. Now, Frank is the only guy. He's sitting right here on a stool chair, right, like a little school chair. Mm-hmm. Everyone else is way back over here besides me and my buddies over here, right, all the people watching. So he knocks the 3 in, Mark does, and he comes down. He was kind of one of those guys that would fire the 9 in. You know what I'm saying? You've seen him. He rifles this 4-9. He could have just tapped it, and it would have rolled right in the corner. This ball went down and swirled around in the pocket. Jumped almost all the way back out to the spot. That's how far it went.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. All the money's on the light, right? So Frank, he knows about pool, and the ball's aimed directly at Frank. So as soon as he hits it, he knows it's in. So Frank starts to get up and get the money. I said, oh, Frank, I said, the 9's on the table. You know, Frank's like 75 years old. He's got glasses. So I said, the 9's on the table. He says, oh, I'm sorry. You know, like he didn't realize it didn't go in. Well, it did go in. It just came back out. Yeah. Never pocketed another ball the whole set. I played safe on that first shot. I broke a ran, played safe, broke a ran, beat him 15-14. Right?
Wow.
Yeah. So now the kid, he quits, and he's literally crying out on the stairs. Okay. So Frank says, come back the next day. We'll play you some more. So we come back the next day. We start out playing like for 3,500, races to 11. So I beat him 3 sets. So he says, hey, he's going to take a break. He said, I'll play you some more in a minute. I'm like, sweet, man, this is good. Good action, you know? So Frank's sitting in this chair right here, and the kid's practicing a little bit, and he hits a ball in that same pocket. It jumps the pocket, hits Frank dead in the eye, right? His glasses, and blood's going everywhere. I mean,
Jesus Christ.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was ironically crazy, right? So we end up having to quit, and we never end up playing again. So the same pocket that kind of saved me the day before, right, kind of got him the next day, and we end up never playing, yeah. Funny story.
What kind of shitty table is that?
It was a gold crown, but it had replacement pockets. You know, the big black ones that go in, they're kind of bulky. They kind of move around a little bit.
They did a shitty job.
Yeah. It's old school pool hall. But,
oh, man.
Yeah, that Frank, he was something else. So I'm playing, right? And he pulls up his overall. And I see a gunshot wound in his leg. I said, dang, Frank, you got shot? He said, yeah, my wife shot me about 10 years ago. I said, man, you mean your ex-wife, don't you? He says, no. He says, I'm still with her, right? I said, damn. About 3 months later, she killed him.
Wow.
After I played it. Yeah, same lady that shot him 10 months before.
Oh, my
10 years.
God. She shot him dead?
Dead.
Jesus.
I think she did 6 months in a mental place, and then she's out. So.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
6 months?
6 months, that was it. Yeah.
That's it? She shot him twice?
Oh, I think it was like...
Did he not tell about more?
I think it was like 5 of them in the chest.
Oh, when she killed him?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. She was...
Remember I was telling you about that buried money?
Yeah.
Frank gave me some of that buried money.
Did he?
I think he was kind of like a numbers guy. You know how they run the lottery out in the country on their own and stuff? Yeah, I think he did like